This is week 14 of Sloth game development. I spent the majority of this week doing three primary tasks. The first one was optimizing some code. Some of my code was just really like intensive on the processor, and I'm trying to get the game to where it'll run on mobile, which I want to do pretty soon is just do an actual hardware test. But there were some locations where it was pretty obvious that it was inefficient. The second thing I worked on was sounds. And I'm pretty happy this week with how the sounds came out. I ended up fleshing out quite a bit of the sounds for things like the mandrake running, the mandrake warping up and down, eating a flower, things like that, like the more minor sounds, but I think will make an overall big difference. I also finished all the animal sounds, and I can't really quite remember if I did that last week or this week because it's just been like a blur. Doing the sound actually has been one of the hardest things, surprisingly enough. And it's like the most tedious, maybe just because I'm not used to it, but I'm actually kind of starting to enjoy it a little bit. And I just finished a few of the bear sounds, which are pretty cool. The last thing that I did was I built level 9, which is like a bear chase scene, which I'm pretty happy with. And I can show you how that looks. And I'm just going to go ahead and die the first little bit, just so I can show you some of the sounds. So right off the bat, you'll hear the rear door closing behind you, so you can't go back. And if you were to touch that, it would kill you. I'll eat the mandrake, and you can hear the mandrake sound. It's kind of like a wolf, like warping sound. I'm just gonna let the bear attack me, so you can hear the bear attack sound, and we can play the level through. So I'm pretty happy with that. Sounds pretty cool. So let me go ahead and just play through the level. And that's pretty much the bear die sound, so let's just go to the end. Once the bear dies, it opens up a gate, and you can't really see the gate once it's open, but if you were to get to this point somehow and not have killed the bear, it will be closed. And then from here, yeah, you just eat the flower, and then that's pretty much it. I'm gonna restart it, and I'm gonna just try to get to the end. I've actually never gotten to the end without killing the bear. I'm not even sure if it's possible, to be honest. Maybe just... No, you can't do that. Maybe that would be like a nice challenge. I think I can do it on this one. I think I kind of get how to do it. That's not how you do it. Let's try this again. Yeah, so none of them are hitting him now, so I should be able to get to the end. Because he can actually lag behind and just not get hit by anything. There you go. So you can see at the end that the gate was still there. I'm pretty happy with the level. I think one of the main things that I want to do for the polish step specifically is more just like jump indicators. you kind of have to memorize the level, which can be pretty fun, but I also find that it can be kind of annoying, not knowing where the pits start and end mostly, and when you're going to just like jump into a bunch of spikes. So I think I'm going to add something, maybe some lanterns or something eventually, but we'll see. Next week, I want to finish the sounds. There's a few for the bear that need to be done. I'm also not very happy with just like the camera controller in general. It's like based on where the user is looking for a certain amount of time. And I really don't like that. I think that it would be better if it was based on maybe move distance. So if you're moving to the right X amount, it moves to the right, and if you move up X amount, it moves up, and maybe even based on like, is your player hanging from a tree? Is your player, I don't know, like, but it needs to be a little bit more sophisticated, and right now it's just not good enough. This was level 9, so I want to do 5 more levels. So I need to kind of spend some time designing those levels. I think I want the bear chase scene to be, I don't know. I don't know how to do this, but I was thinking that it would be the level where you actually rescue the koala, and then from levels 10 to the end, the koala would be like on your back, which I think is kind of a fun idea. But I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that. If I do, I'll probably do it at this level, and then they can work backwards, because originally my idea was that they would go from the jungle into the dungeon, cave, into the castle, rescue the koala, and go from the castle back through the dungeon and back to the jungle. So I think I want to keep doing that. And if I have 5 levels, there's 1 castle, 1 dungeon, 2 jungle, and then I want to make the final one a boss with the mandrake. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this week.